Starting lineups tonight for the middle school A game. Zero, Oliver Boney. Number 32, Reed Rath. I'm sorry, 32 is Alfred Douglas. Number 10 is Drew Pitzenbarger. Number 30, Reed Rath. And number 1, Taylon Watson. Number 3, Nixon Meningus. Number 5, Nolan Stanton. Number 12, Barrett Bowen. Number 13, Brandon Schumacher. And number 22, Grayson Krumrine. We'll play 6-minute quarters here in the middle school boys A game, and then we'll follow that up with a 1/2 of a B game. Grayson Krumrine doing the tip for the Cougars, going left to right. And we're underway. Cougars get the opening tip. Meningus brings it into the front court for the Cougars. Stanton kicks it over to Bowen, up top to Stanton on the top of the key. Meningus drives baseline, makes a move off the backboard. Meningus fights for the ball, gets it back on the offensive rebound, and will reset. Left-handed dribble into the paint, and he's able to draw the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And he's good on the first. A little technical difficulty with our video camera here. See if we can get the action back. Meningus made both free throws. Stolen away by Bowen. All the way down. Krumrine gets the offensive rebound. Put back is no good, and the Tigers pull it down. Trying to reconnect our video board here. Meningus gets on the floor, gets the steal. Bowen up ahead, and he gets it for 2 points. Scoreboard's about a minute off after that video delay. 4-0 is the score. Lockwood's Rath into the top of the key, kicks it back out to 32. That's Douglas. Rath over to Pitzenbarger. He drives in with his right. Extra dribble on the block and puts it up. Rebound to the Cougars. Stanton out ahead. Meningus with his left Euro step through and finishes. And the Cougars are out to a 6-0 lead. Boney for 3. Stanton another rebound for the Cougars. Meningus up ahead, goes all the way to the basket. Body contact, foul is called. And Meningus will go back to the line. Meningus good on the first. Makes them both 4 for 4 from the line for Meningus early on. And the Tigers want a timeout. 3:37 on the official clock. We'll get it down there and then stop it on the time. 3:37. Sorry about the technical difficulties to start out the game. Hopefully we don't run into that issue again with the video board. Tigers inbounding on the end line. Cougars in a full court press. Meningus in the paint. Inbound into Pitzenbarger. He gets it back to Rath. Rath gets trapped. Meningus is able to steal. Finds Bowen and gives it to Schumacher. Pitzenbarger pulls it down for the Tigers. Kremrine pressuring ball in the backcourt. Count is going. Up ahead to Boney. Or Bone, let's say. Foul on Stanton, I believe. Pitzenbarger drives baseline. Kremrine's there to defend. Stanton's able to tear it away. Falls to Schumacher. He looks for Stanton up ahead. Back to the top to Bowen. Over to Meningus. Meningus drives baseline. Flips it back to Krumrine. Krumrine for three. Fight for the rebound. Still loose. Krumrine's able to get back to it. Kicks it out to Stanton. Up top to Bowen. Bowen from the wing for three off the front rim. Stanton gets in there for the tie-up, but it's called for the foul first. And the Tigers will inbound on the end line. Tigers into the middle to Watson. Watson to the top of the key. He resets it to Pitzenbarger on the right side. Rath drives in with his left. Meningus gets in there, ties him up between his legs. Don't see that very often. Tigers into the paint. Pitzenbarger goes up strong and finishes. First 2 points of the game for the Tigers. Bowen back to Meningus, gets into the block, and ref's saying, I don't know what that means, jump ball, okay. I guess not sure what made that a jump, but that's the call. Cougars have the arrow. Stanton into the corner to Gibson. Gibson kicks it back to Bowen. Bowen shot fake comes into the paint to Stanton, and Stanton finishes. You're still in the press. Bowen gets all the way through. Drive in by Rath. Short gets his own rebound. Gibson's there to pull down the defensive board. He pushes out to the left. Bowen's there. Bowen sets it up to Meningus at the top of the key for three. Rath pulls down the rebound for the Tigers. Stanton reaches in and gets called for another foul. Third team foul on the Cougars, all on Stanton, and he'll have to take a seat here in the first quarter. Pitzenbarger up into the front court with his left. Crumrine defending. Bone kicks it back to Spain. Over to Watson. Bone drives in. Bowen defending. And he gets called for the slap. Fourth team foul on the Cougars. And the Tigers will be in the bonus the rest of the first quarter. 52 seconds left here in the first. Turnover to the Cougars. Caleb Dennis in the game for Crumrine. He inbounds to Schumacher as Schumacher jogs it up into the front court. 2-3 zone set up by the Tigers. Dribble handoff to Bowen as he flips it to Gibson. Gibson works the circle back to Meningas. Meningas takes the ball screen, drives into the paint, goes up strong, and gets it to go. Take a look at that one on replay. And Meningas completes the three-point play with the free throw. Bowen all the way to the baseline. Bowen defending, kicked back for three for Watson. Offensive rebound to Spain. He puts it back and scores. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. 13-4 the score. Schumacher up ahead looking for the last shot for the Cougars. Over to Bowen on the left wing. He drives into the paint. Scoop shot. Gets it. And that will do it for the quarter. Fouls do reset each quarter. Show you some first half highlights as we have a minute here. Bowen does the step through, finds Stanton in the paint for the finish. There's Meningas' tough finish. Completed the three-point play. All right, back to live action. Ready to start the second quarter. Tigers with the arrow. Bone inbounding for the Tigers. That's Watson on the ball. Meningas defending. Bone back up top to Pitzenbarger. He drives in with his left, kicks it out to the corner. Three-pointer by Bone. Rebound to Bowen for the Cougars. He pushes up ahead. Dribbles off his foot right to Marins. Clevenger kicks it back to Marins in the corner for three. He gets his own offensive rebound, kicks it over to the left for Meningas. Meningas drives in baseline, goes up off the backboard. Marins is there for the follow. Can't get it to fall, and Pitzenbarger pulls it down for the Tigers. Dennis defending. Entered into Spain, and he draws the foul. That's number 2, Tucker Spain. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First shot bounces off the rim and is no good. Meningus pulls down the rebound on the second. He pushes out onto the right side. Drives in with his left. Reverse layup is good. And the Cougars extend the lead to 13, 17-4 the score. The Tigers want another timeout. Take a look at that coast-to-coast play by Meningus off the free throw, gets the rebound, goes all the way in, and reverse layup. Meningus, Dennis, Bowen, Clevenger, and Marins on the court for the Cougars. The timeout was after the made basket. This is not the right spot to do the throw-in, but Tigers have it inbounded. Bone pulls up his dribble, enters it in his Spain on the block. Meningus defending. Back up top to Rath. Rath drives in with his left, defended by Marins. Marins goes for the block. Rath's able to get it over the top and scores two. Clevenger brings it up for the Cougars. Meningus drives in. Rebound falls to Pitzenbarger. Tigers pushing. Watson all the way up ahead, looks for the pass inside. Marins is there, gets the steal. Marins pushing middle, gets all the way into the paint, goes up, deflected by Bone. Loose ball. Clevenger's there for the steal. Clevenger drives in, floater. Dennis offensive rebound and finishes. Bone over to Rath. Rath on the left wing. Back to Pitzenbarger. Bone being defended by Bowen. Spain with the turnaround jumper. Meningus gets there for the rebound. Meningus pushing, looking for a seam, gets through. Lost control as he was going up and couldn't get the finish. Tigers out ahead. Meningus with the big block. Called for the foul on the body. Take a look back at that one on replay. First free throw by Tucker Spain is short. Misses them both, and the Cougars get possession. Subs coming in the game. Aiden Gibson bringing the ball up for the Cougars. Crumrine and Schumacher also back in. Schumacher on the left wing. He sets it up. Drives in, kicks it to Bone in the corner. Bone drives in with his left, goes through traffic, and foul is called. Waiting to see if it's on the floor or shooting. 2 shots is the call. Bowen at the line. Bowen good on the first, 4:11 on the official clock. Bowen gets them both. Tigers inbound. That's Bowen bringing it up. Gibson defending. Bowen all the way to the corner. Gibson still on him. Kick back to Pitzenbarger. Entered into the paint. Spain turn jumper. Marins gets the backside rebound. He'll push down the right side. Looks for Bowen on the run. Tries with his left off the front of the rim. Gets his own rebound and puts it back for 2. Bowen quickly up ahead. Gibson right on him. Bowen picks up his dribble. Gets it to the top of the key to Watson. Watson over to Rath. Crossover dribble. Marins has his hand in the lane and deflects it away. Bowen gets it back, but Marins steals again. He'll push up ahead, finds Gibson on the run. Gibson goes up and gets fouled. And he goes to the line to shoot 2. Gibson a little long on the first off the back of the rim. Second free throw is good. 18-point lead now for the Cougars. Pitzenbarger down the right side, spin move, kicks it back to Bone. Step back, decides not to take it as Gibson was closely defending. All the way around to the corner, baseline drive. Pitzenbarger kicks it back to Bone. Bone back up top to the top of the key to Rath. Rath loses the handle, gets it back. Pitzenbarger drives in, tough shot from underneath and gets it to go. Schumacher brings it into the front court for the Cougars. Over to Gibson. Gibson holds. Bowen in the corner. Schumacher pushes in. Goes up, can't get it to fall, but Krumrine's there for the offensive rebound and puts it back. Back to 18 points for the Cougars. Watson drives and kicks. Pitzenbarger's there. Spin move. Bone gets to the midcourt line. Marins reads it and steals. Marin step through, gets fouled, and finishes 4-2. Travel called on the play. Bone with the left is short. Schumacher saves it underneath. And the Tigers score. 16-point lead now, under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Dennis turns and scores it. Marins another steal. Takes it to the basket, gets in the air, and Marins is getting cheated tonight. Take a look at that one on replay. Back to live action. Deflected away by the Cougars. That was Schumacher on the ball. Back to the Tigers. Marins defending tightly, knocks it off of Rath. And the Cougars get the ball. 55 seconds on the official clock. Schumacher over to Clevenger, into the corner for Crumrine. Back to Schumacher, sets up for three. Offensive rebound to Crumrine, and he puts it back. Cougars extend the lead to 20 now, largest lead of the game. 30 seconds left here in the first half. Rath dribbling, goes between his legs, back to Pitzenbarger. Over to Bone, being defended by Gibson. Bone drives baseline. Gibson's there to hold him up. Bone looks for the cutter, Rath, and gets the finish. 14 seconds left. Clock. Over to Clevenger from the top for Schumacher. Off the backboard, no good. And halftime score, Cougars 30, Tigers 12. Put 8 minutes on the clock for halftime. We'll take an audio break here and be back for the second half. right, we're back ready to start the third quarter. Tigers have the inbound. They're going left to right this second half. Tigers inbound, deflected away. Will stay Tigers ball. Bone inbounding for the Tigers. Bowen finds Rath in the corner, enters it into Pitzenbarger. Good move. Kremrein's there to defend and got called for the foul. Tigers at the line to shoot two. Short on the first. Second one is good. Schumacher brings it up for the Cougars. Over to Bowen, into the corner to Stanton as he swings it back up to Bowen. Bowen kicks it back to Stanton in the corner for three. Kremrein fights for the rebound. Loose ball goes to the Tigers. Rath pulls it out, goes down the left side. Schumacher defending on ball. Stanton steps in and knocks the ball away. Spain turnaround jumper. Meningus is there and blocks it, gets his own rebound and dribbles into the front court, into the paint. Tough attempt off the backboard. Rath pulls down the rebound and the Tigers are into the front court. Going to Watson. Watson to the elbow, kicks it back to Pitzenbarger. Rath drives in, goes up with his left. Good shot. And 15-point lead now for the Cougars. Kremrein cuts in, kicks it back to Schumacher for three. Kremrein fights for the rebound. Meningus is there to clean it up. Looking for an option, sends it back to the top. Schumacher's able to get over there. Drives in. Off the backboard, long rebound goes to Bowen. Bowen defending. Bowen with a jump stop and pivot and finishes with his left. Meningus step back, long two. Stanton gets on the floor, but can't control it. Out of bounds, Tigers ball. Rath dribbles it up. Meningus picks him up full court. Bone up ahead, loses the dribble, gets it back. Rath with his left into the corner to Spain. Takes the three. Bowen pulls down the rebound for the Cougars. He's looking to push. Bowen to the top of the key, kicks it back to Meningus. Meningus drives in with his left. Floater is good. Cougars in a man press. Bowen's able to get through. Bowen all the way in with his left off the back rim. Schumacher pulls down the rebound. Schumacher's looking to push, gets it up to Stanton. Stanton finishes with his left. Oh, bounces out. And Stanton comes down hard and gets called for the travel as he goes to the ground. Tigers inbound. Cougars in a man press. Bowen up ahead to Pitzenbarger. Rath on the wing being defended by Meningus. Kicks it to Spain in the corner. Spain resets up top. Roth drives in. Meningus is there for the block. Loose ball. Bowen's able to get it back. Meningus another block. He pushes up ahead to Crumrine. Crumrine gets fouled from behind. And he'll get some free throws. Let's see, second team foul on the Tigers. I'm sorry, first team foul. Crumrine good on the second. Cougars pick up in a full press. Tigers quickly break it to the middle. Bowen tries to pass ahead, deflected by Bowen. Gibson gets on the end of it and passes up ahead to Meningus. Meningus finishes with his left. Bowen dribbles up the right side for the Tigers. Gibson defending. Bowen with his left. Rebound goes to Bowen. Finds Meningus. And Meningus again. Nice layup with his left hand. And the Tigers coach Jim Scott wants a timeout. Two timeouts remaining for the Tigers. Back to a 20-point lead for the Cougars. Meningus, Crumrine, Gibson, Bowen, and Marin's in the game for the Cougars. Tigers inbounding on the end line. They have the baseline to run. Cougars going to man press. Bowen being defended by Gibson. Over to Pitzenbarger. He dribbles up to the top of the key. Spain gets stopped at the top of the key and kicks it back to Rath. Bowen drives in, spin move. Bowen with the rebound, outlet to Meningus. And Meningus another 2 points. Minute left to play here in the third. Largest lead of the game for the Cougars at 22 points. Rath drives in. Meningus defending. Marins comes on the double. Pitzenbarger in the corner. Resets it up top. Spain to the elbow. Pivot. Marin gets the block. Bowen with the rebound. Outlet to Meningus again. And Meningus, another good finish at the basket. Under 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Bowen walks it up into the front court looking to play for the last shot. Pitzenbarger drives in. Off the backboard. Meningus pulls it down. 5 seconds to play. Meningus outlet to Gibson. Gibson with a second left. Marin's on the follow. Can't get it to go, and that will do it for the third quarter. Take a look at a few replays while we're waiting for the fourth quarter to start. All right, we're ready to start the fourth. Marin's up ahead to Stanton. Into the corner to Gibson. Clevenger over to Stanton on the right side. Three-point shot misses. Bones there for the rebound for the Tigers. Bone into the paint, tries to find Spain. Goes right through, out of bounds. Cougars will take possession. Clevenger brings it up for the Cougars. Over to Stanton on the wing. Into the corner for Gibson. Clevenger for three. Stanton's able to keep it in. Goes right to the Tigers. Stanton defending on ball. He lets him off as Bone starts the half-court set for the Tigers. Rath drives in with his right. Gets an extra step and gets called for the travel. Clevenger again up to Stanton. Gibson tries to find Dennis. Bowen gets all the way to the basket, draws the foul. Foul's on Marins. And Bowen will get 2 free throws. Long on the first. Marins and Stanton sub out as Vaughn and Smathers sub in. Second free throw is good. 39-18 now the score. Smathers drives in, kicks it back to Vaughn in the corner. Bone on the backside for the Tigers gets the rebound. He pushes down the right side. Clevenger in front defending. Bone spins back. Smathers comes on the double. Three from Watson. Spain's on the backside to clean it up. Dennis from the elbow gets his own rebound. Goes up strong and gets the roll. Bone makes the cut. Cougars get the turnover. Clevenger pushing. Stops the elbow, kicks it back to Gibson. Gibson looking for an angle. Floater from the baseline is good. And back to a 23-point lead for the Cougars. Pitzenbarger over to Spain. Spain back to Bone. Loose ball, Pitzenbarger gets back to it, finds an angle. Vaughn gets the block. And out of bounds will stay Tigers ball. Take a look back at Vaughn recovering on this and getting the block. Inbound by the Tigers, goes out of bounds. It will be Cougars ball. Clevenger brings it up for the Cougars. Dribble handoff to Gibson. Gibson looks for Vaughn, but off the mark, and Tigers will get possession. 3:10 left here in the fourth quarter. Bone takes the three and scores. Good look to Clevenger. Clevenger with the floater on the baseline. Pitzenbarger looks for the angle underneath, off the bottom of the backboard. Dennis pulls down the rebound, outlet to Smathers. Smathers finds Clevenger on the backside, pump fake, and finish. Bowen for the long three. Heat check. Smathers back into the front court for the Cougars. Finds Vaughn back to Gibson on the left side. Tries to get it up to Smathers, stolen away by Spain. All the way in, and Smathers fouls him on the way up. Spain will go to the line to shoot. Second team foul on the Cougars. Spain's long and off to the right on the first. Gibson subs out as Marin subs back in for the Cougars. Under 2 minutes to play here in the A game. 47-26 the score. Spain banks the second one in. Smathers brings it up for the Cougars. Into the corner for Vaughn. Vaughn's jumper is short. Clevenger gets the rebound, goes up, and gets fouled. And Clevenger will get to shoot some free throws. Titus Clevenger good on the first. Back to a 21-point lead for the Cougars. Second free throw is short. Vaughn's able to track it down. Clevenger tries to keep it in, but steps on the line, out of bounds, Tigers ball. Rath dribbling across the top, gets it to Bone, driving baseline with his left, kick back to Rath. Rath for the three is good. Clevenger up ahead to Marins. Marins finds Vaughn down low. Vaughn looks for an option. Kicks it back to Dennis, stolen away by Spain. Watson all the way, and he gets it. Minute left to play, 48-32. Clevenger over to Smathers. Smathers gets into the lane, goes up, and gets deflected by Bertner. Out of bounds on the Cougars. Bone up ahead. Rath at the top of the key, being defended by Dennis. Rath pulls up his dribble, gets it back to Bone on the wing, passes across the lane. Watson dribbles it off his foot out of bounds. And the Cougars take over, 30 seconds left to play. Marins dribbling it out, content to end the game. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn into the corner to Clevenger, back up to Vaughn as they're just spreading the floor. And that's a final for the A game. College Heights 48, Lockwood 32. All right, we'll send you through the second half recap as we take a break here to get ready for the B game. And we'll be back for the B game half. All right, we're almost ready to start the B game. Like we said earlier, we're going to just play one half. Lockwood only has 8 players here tonight, so a lot of them will be playing both games. Set for the opening tip between Travis Bertner for the Tigers, and Nate Vaughn for the Cougars. They're going to do second half setup going towards their own benches. We'll call it the third quarter. Tip goes to the Cougars. Smathers secures it. Ball knocked away, and the Tigers will take over. Cougars in a full court press. Watson into the front court. Being defended by Horton. Passed over to Spain. Smathers picks him up at the elbow. Back to Watson, spin move. Rebound to Bertner. He gets tied up and foul called. Tigers would get the ball underneath. Watson drives baseline, gets through, and gets the bucket. Ball into Horton. Tried to split it to Vaughn, stolen away by Spain. Steps back and finishes. And the Tigers are up 4-0. Horton into the corner to Brueggemann. Brueggemann steps through, gets it to Vaughn. Vaughn attacks in and draws the foul. Vaughn will go to the line. Vaughn first free throw rims out. Douglas pulls down the rebound on the second. Up ahead to Watson, drives into the paint, gets the roll. And the Tigers out to a 6-0 lead. Horton up ahead to Smathers. Smathers on the wing waiting for Brueggemann to cut to the corner. Enters it into Vaughn at the elbow, stolen away. Watson comes away with it for the Tigers. Watson looks to enter it into Bertner. He turns, tough shot. Vaughn pulls down the good rebound. Outlet to Smathers. Edson running up ahead. Smathers looks down low for Brueggemann. Brueggemann puts it on the ground, gets it stolen away, and the Tigers are able to come away with it. Douglas tries to outlet to Watson, but over his head. And the Cougars get the ball back. Horton sets it up for the Cougars. Edson into the short corner for Brueggemann. Brueggemann looks for an angle. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it back to Horton. Horton shot fake. Sets up for three. In and out. Brueggemann's there for the offensive rebound and put back. And the Cougars are on the board. Ball over to Spain. Spain looking to drive, pulls it up, kicks it back to Douglas. Douglas switches the court to Watson. Watson takes the quick three. Brueggemann secures the rebound. Outlets to Horton. Horton up ahead to Edson. Edson finds baseline, goes in. Bertner got high to get the deflection. Watson is out running, dribbling with his left. Horton defending. Watson pulls it up, gets it into the middle to Spain. That's Johnny Spain. Back to Watson. Pulls it up at the elbow to Tucker Spain at the wing. Back to Johnny Spain as he resets up top. Horton went for the steal, knocked Watson off balance. And Spain gets called for the travel. Full line of subs coming in for the Cougars. Horton to Jordan into the corner. Fight for the ball. Tied up. And it's Tigers' ball. Ball inbounded to Bertner. He gets across the timeline to Watson. Watson all the way into the paint. Off the front of the rim. Bertner gets a hand in there to deflect it. Back to Johnny Spain. And Johnny Spain gets called for the double dribble. Turnover to the Cougars. Horton jogs it up for the Cougars. Over to Jordan. Into the corner for Davis. Davis back to Horton. Horton sets up for three. Rebound goes to Douglas. And back to Watson to bring it up for the Tigers. Spain gets baseline floater. Bertner on the backside. Jordan pulls down the rebound for the Cougars. Outlet to Horton. Horton gets it to Jordan on the wing, looking for Davis in the corner. Watson steals. Horton deflects the pass back to Bertner. Bertner turnaround jumper is good for two. Horton gets it to Watson, or to Jordan. Jordan resets up top. Back to Horton on the wing into Davis in the corner. Jordan holds, gets it stolen away by Spain. The overload is the offense made to make middle school parents patient. To realize you no longer have control over your kids. Long gets a hand in there. Spain gets back to the ball. Into the paint. Deflection. Davis is able to grab it. Keeps it in. Outlet to Jordan. And Horton will hold it up. 30 seconds left in the, calling it the third quarter here. Pass to Jordan stolen away by Bertner. He finds Watson on the backside. Watson goes up and finishes. And the Tigers have extended the lead to 8. 10-2. 15 seconds left here in the third. Horton to Luke Long. Long to Jordan. 5 seconds to play. Horton from the volleyball line deflected, and that will do it for the third quarter of the B game. Lockwood 10, College Heights 2. Show you some third quarter highlights here. All right, ready to start the fourth quarter. Cougars with the inbound. That's Edson to Smathers. Smathers sets up the offense for the Cougars. 2-3 zone. Smathers is able to split it from the free throw line off the backboard. Bertner gets the rebound, outlets. Smathers steps in and steals but can't control it and gets called for the foul. Tigers into Watson on the wing. Smathers defending, pokes it away, goes out of bounds, and will stay Tigers ball. Spin move by Spain. Backside, Douglas gets the offensive rebound, kicks it back up top to Watson. Over to Spain. Spain again spinning. And misses the mark, out of bounds, Cougars ball. Bender Devon on the baseline. Bertner pulls down the rebound, dribbles up ahead, leaves it for Watson. Watson has to make the save. Back to Johnny Spain. Tucker Spain from the free throw line gets the roll. And the Tigers have extended the lead to 10. 4:30 left in the fourth here in the B game. Playing just one half. Vaughn inbounding for the Cougars. Finds Smathers down low. Smathers didn't have an angle to get to it. Edson comes in and gets the rebound. He resets it up top. Looks for an entry, but nobody was there for the Cougars, and Spain steals. Smathers defending on Watson. He has to get rid of it, gives it to Spain. Back to Douglas at the top of the key. 3 seconds in the lane called on the Tigers. That was Bertner that got caught in the lane. And the Cougars get the ball. Smathers into Vaughn in the corner. Edson gets it to Moran. Moran on the wing. Resets it up top to Smathers. Smathers pokes through, finds some space, and gets called for the travel as he gets knocked over. Watson up ahead. Smathers, two-hand shove. Gets called for the foul. Tigers inbounding. Douglas is able to save it. Watson at the top of the key over to Spain. Spain for three. Johnny Spain on the backside gets the offensive rebound. Lorimer defending. Entered into Watson. Smathers defending. Lorimer gets in there to tie it up and gets called for the foul. Tigers throw it away, and the Cougars get the ball. Smathers spins, gets into the top of the key, loses the ball. Smathers on the floor fighting for possession, and the Cougars call a timeout. Cougars have the ball underneath after the timeout. Brueggemann enters it in to Davis. Smathers back to Brueggemann. Can't find an angle and passes it to Jordan. Outlet to Smathers. Smathers on the wing. Gets the elbow. Loses his feet and draws the foul. Cougars will get the ball underneath for the throw-in. Big block by Bertner. Ball goes out of bounds. Will stay Cougars ball. Brueggemann inbounding for the Cougars. Finds Bender down low, and Bender gets fouled. He'll go to the line. Lockwood takes the timeout, and Bender will have 2 free throws when we return. Bender short on the first. Second one in and out. Brueggemann's there battling for the rebound and gets called for a travel. Most countries, that's called a foul. Tigers will get possession. Tigers are able to save it. Spain up to Watson. Watson rises up. Davis is there for the rebound. Gets fouled from behind by Johnny Spain. And the Cougars have it on the end line. Each team with 3 team fouls here in the fourth quarter. Smathers looks for the entry to Davis on the cut. Douglas gets his hand in the passing lane and knocks it away. Watson loses control, out of bounds to the Cougars. Horton back in the game for the Cougars, running the point. Gets it to Smathers on the wing. Lazy pass gets stolen by Spain. Floater's good. And the Tigers extend the lead to 12. Smathers, good spin move. Rises up floater from the free throw line. Jordan gets the offensive rebound, gives it to Davis for the shot. Jordan tracks down the loose ball, outlet to Horton. Knocked away by Spain. Will stay Cougars ball. 1:35 to play. Jordan inbounds to Smathers for three. Davis pulls down the loose ball. Bender outlets to Jordan. Jordan back to Horton. Horton takes the long three off the front of the rim. Bender's there for the rebound. Looking for an option. Gets it out to Smathers. Spains reads it and is able to steal. Gets it to Bertner. Watson pushing. Horton reaches in and steals. Horton all alone. And finishes for two. Smathers is able to knock it away. Will stay Tigers ball. Offensive foul called on Watson. As Smathers held position and got pushed over. Tigers deflect. Will stay Cougars ball. Smathers inbounding. Looks for Horton. Horton pulls up from three. Fight for the rebound. Falls to Watson. Watson all the way up ahead. Spins. And gets called. Foul called on the floor. Fourth team foul on the Cougars. Douglas with the ball for the Tigers. Sets up from the top of the key. Takes the three. Long off the iron. Spain pulls down the rebound. Looks for an option. Watson drives in. Floater in and out. Jordan and Douglas fight for the board. And jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Tigers. Spain into Douglas. Mathers reads it and steals. Mathers gets all the way to the basket, gets fouled, no call. And will stay Cougars ball. Davis inbounds to Smathers. Smathers jumper. Fight for the rebound, loose ball. Jordan fouls Bertner, and we are in the bonus. Two-shot bonus coming up for the Tigers. Bertner good on the first. Long on the second. Bender pulls down the rebound. Can't control it, though. Douglas takes away. Reverse floater is good. Last play of the game right here. 2 seconds left. Horton from the volleyball line. No good, and that's our final. Lockwood 17, College Heights 4. Take a look back at the game recap.